Hi. World War II is one of the most inspiring wars. I mean, as wars go, you have the battle of the Russia-Ukraine war, where Ukraine, Russia was having a decided victory, and Ukraine sort of fought back, and things were going up, in Ukraine's way, and then Russia again emerged to take the upper hand. So that sort of thing is happening. There's an Israeli-Palestinian conflict where both sides, and the pathos of war, people just dying, the civilians being sort of a stooge in the whole war. I mean, that they taking the brunt of the war. So better put, brunt of the war, and uh, but it was World War II was the most inspiring war. I mean, good versus evil, and good emerged victorious. And so I would like to sing about the Battle of Ortona. But before that, I'd like to comment that there was this book. Um, oh, it was very famous. The not Ayn Rand, the Amy Tan, wrote about. I watched the movie. I read the book, but it did not inspire me to tears. But the book was the movie was very nice, and was all about a club of Chinese immigrants who meet to play mahjong, and the course of their lives, and etc., the victories they have, the defeats they face, and that sort of thing. And I have to say that the description for the movie was that it's going to bring out your tissues one after the other. And I have to say the same thing about World War II, because it brings out your tissues, because so many people died, and the Battle of Ortona had so many casualties, 2,339 casualties, with 502 people dead. The rest of them were injured in battle, and there were some civilian lives. Ortona is a city or town in Italy, and there's a picture on the Canadian Encyclopedia website, graves with crosses, and I guess we should have had epitaphs. But in Italy, where would you have? I mean, but Italy was decent enough, despite the fact that if this whole graveyard is in Italy, was decent enough to give this, because these were the opposing forces, right? Canada was the opposing forces; they were the Allied forces, and Italy in was with Germany and Japan, and was mighty decent of them to give them all, so to speak, all the books say Christian burial. Well, anyway, Hindus believe in cremation. So, anyways, I'm going to start the song, the music. It's Barney Kessel, and he comes to you live from the CD on the stage. All right. This is a piece of creative nonfiction, acknowledgements. It's a simply magnificent movie, The Magnificent Seven, and the Canadian Encyclopedia, as I said. Just take a sip of water. Alfredo, Roberto, and Francisco were three 12-year-old, 13-year-old, and 14-year-old boys playing soccer in a farmhouse field in Ortona in Italy. And your play had them dashing through the vineyards and olive groves outside, kicking the ball with some ball control. The goalpost was the one corner. Alfredo was the forward. Roberto played the defense. And Francisco was the goalie. Goal! Shouted Alfredo, for he had kicked Roberto and gotten the ball in. Francisco got upset and said, illegal offense. Soon all three of them were fighting in the fields of Casa Berardi. There was fierce battle raging all around. The Nazi Germans, the Italian fascists were in cahoots, and the Canadian Royal 22nd Regiment's 81 men of quote-unquote C Company, commanded by Captain Paul Triquet, were giving them as good as they got. The battle had raged on for 3.5 days, and Roberto, Alfredo, and Francisco had been very good all the time without going outside. And they read their books and played their board games. Your father was looking after the farm, and your mother was busy making tiramisu and Italian bread, for she was also tired of it all. All the three of them, only a year or so apart, snuck outside and had begun to play. Christmas was soon coming. Suddenly, Captain Triquet, who was searching for a vantage point, saw them fighting with each other. He broke up the fight in broken Italian and said, I'm from Canada and you have no snow in Italy, but evidently you have grapes in December. I will take you inside safely, for the Germans will be vanquished from this spot. See, we like English, senor. We do battle. Roberto and Francisco pointed to Alfredo and said he bad. He no play fair. Well, all is fair in war and soccer, said Alfredo. Captain Triquet had them safely looked after, and the Canadians won the battle. For the Germans/Italians, the Axis forces fled the scene. Da-da-da-da-da. On December 28, 1943, the Canadian Army won the Battle of Ortona, and the Christmas season battle fighting had cost the Canadians 2,339 lives, including 2,339 casualties, including 502 men killed. Some civilians had also died. Captain Triquet was awarded the Victoria Cross and came home to Canada with his men who had fought under him, and sent Alfredo, Roberto, and Francisco a snow globe with a card that said, you gave me a bit of your life in December, and I'm giving you a bit of my life here in Canada in December 1945. Thank you. Give a big hand of applause to Barney Kessel.